last week. Why not? They were surgical in that win.
Well, there's a reason why they are the number one.
All questions with this. Tobin Heath is in the starting lineup. Alex Morgan is not, but she is available.
She is available of that defense.
Abby Wambach, 11 goals. Second in the NWSL to Lauren Holiday of FC Kansas City. Only one goal, though, since July 14th. This is a team that believes in destiny. In white, Portland Thorns FC, fueled by the tremendous come-from-behind victory on the road in a very difficult place to win a game last week. Christine Sinclair and Wambach meet at the center of the field. They'll wear the captain's armbands this evening. Carrie Seitz is the referee. Veronica Perez, Kyle Atkins are the assistants. Margaret Dunka is the fourth official on the sideline. Amazing symmetry to this final. Each team won 11 regular season games. Each finished with 38 points. The team that finished with the best road record is playing its 5th consecutive road game. The team with the best home mark is playing at home for the 5th straight time. Each is comfortable with where they are. Each feels it's peaking at just the right time.
Exactly. We talked to both teams at training yesterday, and they all feel that they're playing the best soccer right now of the entire season. Coach Lyons thinks he has his team ready to play, and I think Coach Parlow-Cum thinks that their team is in the right position at the right time. Despite some injuries, they showed a lot of resiliency last weekend.
The goalkeepers, Adriana French and Karina LeBlanc, wearing number 1 for Portland Thorns FC. The teams have faced each other twice this season. There we see LeBlanc's numbers this year. 102 saves, includes the tally in the playoff game last week. For AD French, she had more saves in the regular season than any goalkeeper in NWSL. Back in July, these goalkeepers in particular put on a show in one of the most entertaining games that we saw this year.
And I guarantee fans are looking forward to something just like that tonight. Both the previous matches, low scoring, 0-0 and 1-1, but a lot of opportunities, as you said, a lot of saves by the goalkeepers. You got Sinclair and Wambach out there. I mean, we're expecting to see some goals tonight, right?
Great strikers allocated for each side for this first season of NWSL. Underway tonight in Rochester, and Tobin Heath with her first touch of the ball. Portland in the visiting white, the Western New York Flash donning its home red uniform this evening. Star power at the striker position, yes, but each of these teams has been so good defensively, Kendra.
Well, we talk about the firepower on the offense, but you're right. The 2 back lines for this team, they've also played the most minutes out of their entire roster. Barely on each side, either defender barely stepping off the pitch the entire season. Just racking up the minutes.
Angie Kerr with the throw-in for Tobin Heath. This will go Western New York's way.
That shows you not just how solid they are, but how durable they are as well. It's tough to stay healthy in a long season.
Western New York Flash arrived home from their draw at Boston August 3rd. The team has not had to travel since. That's 28 days of training at home, sleeping in your own bed. They are ready for this final assignment tonight. Played ahead by Marion Doherty, number 2, the right back for Portland. Lloyd with the flip for Wambach. Abby trying to get on this. Kat Williamson back and played well by LeBlanc.
And this field's much wider than the one that Portland played on last week with Kansas City, so I hope they take advantage of that.
Big reason that Western New York feels it has an advantage in any home game. They have a wonderful group of fans here, and they've come out in full force here tonight. The stadium is packed, but the width of the field is tailor-made to the way they like to play. Those crosses for Abby Wambach, victimizing the opponent so many times. Highest scoring team in the league this year. Samantha Kerr, far side. The 19-year-old having a wonderful year in Western New York. Allie Long for Portland, fouled by Carly Lloyd.
And Carly Lloyd maybe just coming in a little bit hard from behind on that one, just tripped up Allie Long as she's playing it back to her teammate in the defensive third of the field. And look at that, she kind of stepped around her and then looked like she kind of stepped on her left foot there.
Sinclair trying to get on this. It comes to AD French. Going over the top for Sinclair. As Kate Margraf told you, each team starts out with the alignment of a lone striker up top. Wambach, of course, on one end, Sinclair on the other. Those 38 goals, look at the contribution of Wambach and Lloyd. And remember, Kendra, they were denied that third U.S. allocated player, but look at the two they had.
Well, and Lloyd missed several games as well, so talk about the contribution from her not even playing in all 23 games of the regular season, plus the playoff game last weekend. The crowd likes that one. They didn't like that she stepped forward 10 extra feet for that throw-in. They're into it already.
That's Doherty. Sinclair. Fouled from behind by Angela Salem. Christine Sinclair, age 30, 8 goals and 2 assists. 10 times the Canadian Player of the Year. Marion Doherty, free kick for Portland. Opening moments at Rochester. Drops in the 18, and French is there. Adriana French started every game this season for her team. Karina LeBlanc, all but one on the other end. Salem in the midfield for Western New York. Sarah Huffman stepping up. She's playing for the injured Alex Salem at left back. Long in the midfield for Portland. Drops this back for Nikki Marshall. Under pressure and a near giveaway. Cleaned up by Rachel Bueller.
And I guarantee right now, Bueller's calming down her back line, saying, hey, no big deal. We got out of that one unscathed, but let's not make that mistake again.
It's the Flash that produced the clean sheet in the victory last week. But Bueller and Portland, keep in mind, shut down FC Kansas City for the final 95 minutes of what turned out to be a 120-minute event.
Well, we've talked about how strong their defense is, but honestly, I think last weekend just came down to a battle of wills shutting down the Kansas City offense that looked so offensive-minded and powerful in the first half of that game. Somehow, it was a battle of wills. We saw the huddles at the halftime going in after that Tobin Heath goal, and then, of course, in overtime at the end of regulation, and Portland was just fired up to win that game.
What Cindy Parlow-Cone just loved about the comeback. They chose to fight with the coach's words. Players, even down 2, were clapping, saying, we got this, we're okay, we can do this. And this young woman was tremendous as time wore on. LeBlanc wound up making 10 saves in that victory. Hard collision in the Portland area. Wambach in the middle of it all. Collected by Long to Doherty. Angie Kerr.
You can see Kerr looking at the line when she sees that ball coming in. No one really sliding over and making a run down the line in any of those gaps right now.
She was so underrated in that victory a week ago. Three goals scored and a comeback on the road. None of them from Sinclair or Morgan, who did not play. Settled down by Mana Shim in the Portland midfield. Long, the hero from a week ago. The head-to-head series, 2 meetings this year, a pair of draws. The August 10th scoreless draw, each team in the aftermath said that was a very busy part of the schedule. They were somewhat fatigued.
And also Alex Morgan was missing for that game as well. She was injured, of course, I believe it was August 7th with the knee sprain, the MCL. Not starting tonight, but head coach Cindy Parlow-Cone said she will play a significant role in this game. So we'll see if it depends
used for a goal kick. Cindy Parlow-Combe was actually telling us, had circumstances been different last week, and Cindy has been forcing us to read between the lines a lot in the lead up to this game. She's been somewhat secretive, but she made it sound as if, had they been trailing very late in regulation time, Alex Morgan likely would have been on the field.
Well, and she didn't sit down the entire second half over the overtime. She was warming up the entire time. And I guarantee she wanted to be on the field, and she wanted to be ready if her name was called.
Flag stays down. Wambach trying to get out of this, and just able to snatch it away is LeBlanc.
What a fun matchup that is. LeBlanc coming off her line, and Abby Wambach coming in with her head, the most dangerous part of her body when she's trying to score those goals.
Usually not the keeper that's giving up the size advantage in that situation. Lloyd. Some contact from behind by Schiff, and now a hard foul in the midfield. Angela Salem tripped up Allie Long, but it's Wambach who remains down.
Well, there was a little bit of a scuffle there as well after the play continued to move on. Some feistiness early on in this game between Allie Long and Angela Salem in the middle of the field after the ball had moved on, and of course Wambach went down and was fouled, but you can see Salem's face right there. She's not happy about something. Look at this play right here. She continues to go for it. And then it was after this point right here. This is going to be a feisty one. This could be a good one. As long as it stays clean, I'm all for that aggressive play. Both these teams really want this win.
Free kick, Western New York. That's Brittany Taylor, whose service is extraordinary. That's deflected away for our first quarter of the match.
Well, and Sinclair, one of the taller players on the Portland team, she's back in there and cleared that one over the end line with her head.
The Spanish midfielder Adriana will take the majority of corners tonight for Western New York. Deflected away, and Heath is quickly on this to race it out of harm's way for Portland.
She's looking for help.
How's she moving, Kendra?
I think she looks great so far. She hasn't been on the ball too much, and we'll see how she feels after she gets tackled one of these times. But sprinting out of the back, she looks good.
Huffman back for the Flash. Samantha Kerr switching over to the left side. Knocked away by Angie Kerr. Deflected away off Kerr of Portland. Western New York moves forward. Only home loss back on the 27th of April for this team that's been an absolute monster in this stadium. Since then, 9 wins, including the playoff victory here, and 2 draws. Samantha Kerr taking no chances. Kat Williamson defends it away.
Samantha Kerr, of course she's from Australia. Yesterday we were told she can jump like a kangaroo, and I think we saw it there. LeBlanc gets just enough on it to hit the crossbar, and then almost an own goal on that misclear.
You can't ignore Abby Wambach with 8 assists this year. She is clearly the best aerial player in the women's game, and yet Aaron Line says she is quality with the ball at her feet. And he will not deny her that part of her game. Only Lauren Holiday of Kansas City had more assists than Wambach this year. Danielle Foxhoven, far side for Portland. It's deflected away, and Western New York will have it.
Another look at Kerr flying high to get her head on that, and a tip by LeBlanc, and a second save as well. As we said, almost an own goal there.
Samantha Kerr for Wambach. against Abby.
And then Abby gets whistled for the foul. She's pointing at her shirt going, me? But I got hacked first. It's going to be a tough battle up there all night long, I think. She tries to bring it back and keep possession. Allie Long just stays with it, wins it, and gets the whistle.
Free kick, Portland. We played 13 minutes, scoreless in the NWSL championship game. French with a 0.91 goals against average this year. Western New York has the best goals against in the league this year of any keeper.
One of her teammates spoke so incredibly highly of her yesterday. I mean, the strides she's made in just a season. And they said 4 or 5 years from now, she could be the keeper. She's really young, but she's done a tremendous job in the back.
Shutouts in 5 of the last 7 games for Western New York coming in. LeBlanc at the opposite end. Salem pokes it ahead for Wambach. Cleaned up by Rachel Bueller. Foul is going against Western New York, much to the chagrin of Abby Wambach.
I think that's a battle we could be talking about all night long. Allie Long and Abby Wambach. And it looked like maybe Abby had the clear path to the ball there, and Allie Long came in a bit from behind, but that's going to be a good one to keep an eye on tonight.
Everybody maps out the same game plan. Deny Abby Wambach service. That's far easier said than done. Sinclair at the opposite end. This drops in the 18 and comes here for Huffman. Portland arguing this went off an arm of a Flash player, but we play on. Sinclair trying to get on the loose ball. That's flipped away. Estelle Johnson. And the first corner of the match for Portland. Tobin Heath from the near side. Strikes a good ball into the mixer, deflected away. And this comes the other way for a goal kick. Let's go downstairs to Kate Margraf. Kate.
Well, one thing you're beginning to see is that set pieces can be the big turning point for both these teams. Anytime Portland gives up and concedes a free kick, they're tempting fate with how dangerous Brittany Taylor's service are, and Abby Wambach, fearless in the air, able to get onto anything she wills herself. And on the other side, you cannot not talk about the level of Portland with Sinclair in the air, Allie Long, number 10, and Marion Dodery. They're quite good on the other side. Maybe not as dominant, but the flanks and set pieces may be the turning factor with the midfield so congested.
Yeah, Kate, Abby is 5'11". Even if she's marked perfectly, it's still trouble. Bueller. Far side. Foxholder tries to save possession.
Bueller with a nice burst of speed there to cut that angle for Kerr, making that run to the corner.
National teammates, Bueller, Wambach, matched against each other. Kerr in the 18-yard box. Nikki Marshall defends it well for Portland. Angie Kerr near side. It's a good ball up the flank. Sinclair trying to get on this. Little bit of contact. Gets away from Johnson. Sinclair gets the cross away. And coming in late was Tobin Heath.
I absolutely love that ball, and I love that shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. Kerr held the ball just enough time to get Sinclair in behind. I thought it was a good shoulder-to-shoulder matchup there. Just not enough strength by Johnson on that one.
Up the center of the field, Carly Lloyd goes for goal, just wide. Well, she saw something in where Karina LeBlanc came off the line. That was more dangerous than it needed to be.
Well, Carly Lloyd will shoot the ball from anywhere. You're right, she probably took a little look here, a little glance, put a little bit more under it than maybe she usually would. And LeBlanc knew she maybe could be caught off guard, had to make a diving save just in case.
How do you explain this season for Carly? 10 goals, no assists.
Well, she likes to shoot. I think we've learned that, and there's a reason why Abby has so many assists with her goals.
Here's Taylor out of the back. Over the top. Wambach. It's defended away by Doherty. Abby lets it go. This is a deep grind for the Flash. Huffman's pass. Intercepted. They play it quickly to Sinclair. Tobin battling here in the corner. It's tangled up. Waiting for the signal from Carrie Seitz. Yes, this will be a goal kick. NWSLsoccer.com provides fans with the latest news, scores, and information on all your favorite players and clubs. Visit NWSLsoccer.com today. The league's inaugural season concludes with this championship tonight. So glad you've joined us on Fox Sports. French. Lloyd got it away from Angie Kerr. Defended away by Doherty. Tobin Heath stepping up and commits the foul here for Portland.
Just a nice little move there by Adriana. I think she faked Tobin Heath down. Here's that dead ball. A dangerous dead ball from Taylor.
Taylor again. Into the 18 and bounces straight to the ball.
Low and driven like that, head height pretty much, all Abby has to do is barely get a hair on that ball and it may be just enough to throw LeBlanc off.
Here's Aaron Lyons. We peaked at the right time, were his words when we spoke with the coach yesterday. With that said, it comes down to 90 minutes. Hired in 2009 and vying for what would be a 4th consecutive championship in 4 different leagues.
I loved what he said yesterday. He said he believes in the strength of this group and the character of this locker room. One of the best teams he's ever had as far as veteran leadership.
Well played out wide. Heath able to pick up Doherty. Marion Doherty gets it in. Head away! Saved by French. Christine Sinclair nearly giving her club the lead.
It could be like this all night long on both ends because, as Kate said earlier, those services in are going to be so important with Abby Wambach and Sinclair being able to get their head on, and what a save by French on that one. Doherty with a beautiful ball in. Right on target. You saw Sinclair's face there like, ooh, I just missed.
Second corner, Heath. Curls it away. And reaching up forward is French. Well, we speak a lot about the goal-scoring prowess of Abby Wambach, who has 160 internationally. It is Sinclair for Canada that has 145 and may be the woman with the best shot to catch her someday. Obviously, the gray area is Wambach is still playing and figures to play for some time. Sinclair, for the record, is 3 years younger.
She is the Abby Wambach of Canada, basically, and she's become more recognizable. I mean, even when they got off the bus here today, everybody was yelling Sinclair's name. I didn't hear a lot of Morgan. I didn't hear a lot of Heath. You heard a lot of Sinclair because I think she's become very recognizable this season as well.
We're not that far from the Canadian border, so some of those
That's true.
flags came down. We're talking about really one of the prominent athletes in the entire country.
And she's a quiet player. She's a very humble player. So, you know, maybe the notoriety thing for her isn't her cup of tea, but she's embracing that role as a role model.
Taken away by Sinclair. Off the foot of Johnson. Brittany Taylor. Salem tried to go over the top for Wambach. It's taken instead by Bueller.
Just misplayed it on that one.
Good first half. The chess match continues. Scoreless. There's been one great scoring chance for each side. Samantha Kerr hit a crossbar. Sinclair just missed on a header moments ago the other way. Well played. Sarah Huffman gets possession back. Gardy tripped up on the play. Foul against the Flash. Let's go downstairs. Kate Margraf. Kate.
Well, one thing you're noticing with Sinclair is how she's so willing to drop deep, and if she's not going to play in her teammates, she can take the ball herself because she's so strong physically, but she has such command of the ball on her touch with her turns. But as for as big as she is, she's quite agile. Look for her to continue to play a bigger and bigger presence and play her teammates in as the game goes on.
Estelle Johnson had difficulty. Twice picked up here by Portland. Quick shot, and it's just wide of goal, inexplicably missing from the far side.
And Nikki Marshall has yet to score a single goal this season. She was a forward back in her day at college, and she had her chance right here. Look at this ball, another dangerous dead ball. In over the top, a little bit of a flick, maybe one too many touches. She tried to get it down off her thigh and just misses wide. We know she has the ability to finish from her college days, that's for sure, playing in Colorado.
Adriana trying to get on this. Two defenders back. Adriana cuts it back, plays it across. Carly Lloyd in the shot. Each side inches away from taking the lead.
And both shots coming from the left side of the net and missing wide right. LeBlanc came out just enough to cut off that angle. And you can see the frustration on Carly Lloyd's face after this play. She is as wide open as it gets. Tries to just place it in by LeBlanc's foot. And misses wide right. And we stay at 0-0. This is going to be a good one.
Gardy can't control. Wambach. Didn't get there in time. That's well played. Kat Williamson saves the corner. To throw it instead for the Flash.
After an opportunity like that, LeBlanc is back there calming her back line down. She said she loves to see her teammates' faces after she makes a big save and loves to calm them down.
Heath plays it away.
She looks good to me so far. I'm not seeing any hesitation. She's running pretty well on that foot.
Here's Wambach. Able to get around Gardy. Abby Wambach still going. Plays it. Lloyd and a save made by LeBlanc. Well constructed by Abby Wambach.
Well, the referee clearly playing advantage there. She was keeping an eye on it because Abby Wambach looked like she got fouled. They had her hands wrapped around her waist, trying to pull her back here. Clearly a foul, but the referee holds her hands out, says play on. And again, she almost created another assist.
Here's Adriana.
Another look at that effort, and it would have been another Abby Wambach assist and a Carly Lloyd goal.
Allie Long controls for Portland. This has been very well played through 27 minutes. Very often a championship game can be something of a letdown. This does not have the look of a match like that, as it's a foul against Western New York and Catherine Reynolds. Free kick, Tobin Heath. Flipped ahead on a shim. Drops here for Heath.
Shim getting in the mixer there. She's the short one, but she's not afraid to mix it up.
All of 5'4", but battling nevertheless. Didn't know how seriously to take Cindy Parlow-Cohn yesterday when she said Heath doesn't need to train. I think it was tongue-in-cheek. I'm not sure.
Well, tongue-in-cheek, but we've seen her skill on the ball. Her technical ability is probably one of the best. in the country for sure, if not the world, and she looks pretty good to me after having a week off. She's basically been riding a bike heading into this game, so.
Headed softly into the arms of A.D. French. Angie Kerr with the shot there. Wambach. Quick distribution. Adriana. Flag stays down. Carly Lloyd takes this into the 18. First touch of it strong, and the block is there.
And you can see some of the Portland defenders raising their arms there for an offside, but it looked like Nikki Marshall on that far side kept Carly Lloyd on. Perfectly timed run by Lloyd on that one. Maybe too big of a touch. Will block off her line. And you have to wonder, all these dead balls that they're giving up as we look at LeBlanc organizing things back there. When is Brittany Taylor going to put one in the mix there? And Western New York is going to get a goal.
Nothing seems to rattle her. Karina LeBlanc, always animated, usually with a smile. She's played so many big games, of course, for Canada. Four-time World Cup veteran, but this is Taylor once again.
Ooh, clearly mishit on that one. Just didn't strike it like we saw those previous dead balls.
Salem for the Flash. Adriana, quick touch. Thought she had Samantha Kerr, but taken away. Angie Kerr back the other way for the Flash. For Portland, excuse me. Salem. Foul against the Flash as Sinclair is tripped up. Sinclair so far is getting the best when she's one-on-one against Estelle Johnson.
She's done a really good job of using her body, checking back to the ball, and shielding, and then you're right, playing back, maybe to Kerr, getting someone in, maybe back to Heath, and then making a run off that ball.
Tobin Heath, and French is there. Her foot was stomped on a week ago by Desiree Scott, FC Kansas City. For a moment, it appeared it would be something very serious that would potentially knock her out for the final game. Her role turned inspirational in that comeback in the latter stages. She was in the huddle, very much part of that let's not give up motif that Portland had. Huffman back the other way for Western New York. Gets the cross away. Lloyd trying to get on a loose ball. That's well played by Ali Long.
You can see Abby holding her arms up on the back post on that one. She wanted Huffman to get more on that service, and she was wide open on that back post.
Huffman. Kerr drops this for Adriana. Adriana gives it a go, and it sails out of play. Let's go downstairs to Kate Margraf. Kate?
Well, two things that are interesting to me, and I think Western New York hasn't been as successful as they have been the second half of the season, is because Kerr and Adriana switch sides, and they're playing more defensively. They're not the traditional wingers like we're used to seeing almost in a 4-3-3. They're more playing like the 4-5-1, not attacking nearly as much. And secondly, on every single set piece, Sinclair is the dummy, and I can hear Coach Cohen yelling for Danielle Foxhoven, number 9, to make those runs, to get onto it for a chance for herself, or flick it to Nikki Marshall running on behind.
Kate, that's a good point. Last week, Sinclair had really the savvy play so far of these playoffs on the dummy that led to that tying goal. We have a yellow card, Kendra, in the aftermath of that last dead ball.
And it looked like just a little bit of a grab there by Estelle Johnson. She gets the yellow card. Another dead ball here for Portland on that last play. Right in the middle of the field. Kind of a silly spot to commit a foul like that and get a yellow.
Tobin Heath into the arms once again of French. Well, we've played better than a third of the match. We're scoreless. If you're Portland on the road, are you in a good place right now?
I I think you're in a great place because you're creating opportunities. Maybe they're not the possession-oriented team that we've seen so far. Really, it's been end-to-end, meaning it's been in the backs and in the forward. It's not a lot of midfield play. But if you're Portland, at least you're creating opportunities and you're forcing French to come off the line.
One back, the throw in. Here's Huffman. Long gets it back from Monashim. Rachel Bueller, 34th minute. The championship match, scoreless in Rochester. Wambach. Bueller backtracking safely to Corinne LeBlanc in goal. As the league's exclusive charitable partner, the U.S. Soccer Foundation and NWSL have partnered in support of the Foundation's mission to enhance, assist, and grow the sport of soccer in the United States. For more info, visit ussoccerfoundation.org. Sailor. Here's Taylor. The Flash, a team that's allowed just one goal in its last 7 games at home. A remarkable stretch defensively, a shutout streak that at its best was in excess of 530 minutes. Down the far side, flag goes up.
Maybe just a step too early on this run here. Look at a little bit of an overlapping run. Just a half a step offside. Linesman got it right on that one. Reynolds trying to come out of the back. We're going to see that a lot. You see the outside backs for the Western New York Flash trying to get forward and get in on the attack with Reynolds and Huffman.
There is that confidence with Taylor and Johnson in the middle. They've had that all season. There's no fear for those players being caught, is there?
And it also helps that they pretty much played every single minute of every game. I mean, we tried to talk to Taylor yesterday about her stellar play this season, and she just wanted to give everybody else credit. She said that that group works as a unit. They succeed and they fail as a unit. There's no blame going around back there.
Taylor has the reputation as the yapper of the group. She'll vocally coordinate a lot of what they do defensively. Taken here by Portland. Played out wide. Marion Doherty. Sinclair gets on this. This time defended well by Estelle Jackson in space up the left flank. Adriana on the move for Western New York. One back. Wide left. Here's Abby, and her service sails surprisingly into the 9th row.
Unusual for her to miss-hit that ball with so much time and space, and a quick restart here for Portland as the Flash still jogging back.
Doherty, that's well played. Danielle Foxhoven, saved by A.D. French. And for the first-year goalkeeper, that's her big moment so far tonight.
And I honestly don't know if the Flash even knew that that ball was in play, but what a tremendous job by the keeper off her line. A huge save on Foxhoven. Pretty much a one-on-one battle back there. She timed it perfectly. I think she made the save with her hands. Well done.
She emulated Brianna Scurry, A.D. French says. One back.
We've seen those quick restarts by Portland before. We saw them score against Chicago in a very similar way. A cheeky ball by Tobin Heath over the top. And look at this ball. Look at the space first by Adriana on that play. That ball to Wambach. It just sails over the crossbar. Just a miss-hit by Wambach. But look at that quick restart. Right outside. Back into Sinclair.
Monashim in the midfield for Portland goes back for Rachel Bueller. Great chances for each side in this first half, but it remains a scoreless final.
She knows that Tobin Heath is playing on a little bit of a foot injury here and hasn't trained all week, and she really comes in pretty hard into that left angle, and she clearly goes through both calves to get to that ball and then pulls her jersey down.
You think it's a call?
I think that's a yellow, but I don't know, Kate maybe has a better shot at it. She's up close and personal down there on the sideline.
Foul called against the Flash here. It's Catherine Reynolds who's called, and a dangerous free kick coming up here for Portland. Tobin Heath sets it down. Sinclair is there, so is Garden.
They're taking a lot of time with this one, really organizing with the three of them over the ball. Closest dead ball they've had yet tonight.
Tobin Heath with a drive, and she scores! A rocket by Heath in the game's 40th minute, and Portland takes the lead. My goodness.
What a hit by Heath. Maybe we found our answer right there. She doesn't need to practice all week, and she can come in and hit a strike like that. I have a feeling they maybe thought she was going to serve this ball in on that back post. They've been doing it all night. French tries to make the save, and she even hits the post. On the follow through, her body hits that post. What a strike by Tobin Heath.
Service from the far side is into the arms of Karina LeBlanc. And this is rare territory for Western New York, trailing here on its home field. Again, in the last 7 home games, they have allowed just 1 goal until that's by Tobin Heath.
Exactly, let alone trailing. How about allowing a goal on this field and being behind? This is just an incredible situation for the Flash. And you saw the look on Tobin Heath's face there. She is fired up for this game, similar to last week.
Foul against the Flash, but we're playing advantage here. Mama Shin into space for Heath. Player down is Danielle Foxhoven on the far side. In the starting lineup, Alex Morgan available only off the bench.
Another look at that play, just a tackle and maybe caught with a little bit of the follow through by Angela Salem there after she got the ball.
So they tend to Foxhoven. Among the players just a bit busy on the near sideline was Alex Morgan, but as I say that, she now sits down on the bench. We're late in the first half. Foxhoven remains down.
We've seen Alex Morgan warm up twice now on that sideline. And we have to wonder if it depends on the situation of her team, if she's going to be coming in the game or not. Look at Abby. She's definitely the coach on the field, no doubt about it.
She wants this badly. A lot of friends, family here in the Rochester area here tonight. Really the strongest words she had yesterday. Nobody remembers the second place team. I remember that and how I felt after the 2011 World Cup. If her team gets the championship tonight, it will be a come from behind win. That's Tiffany Weimer getting busy on the sideline for Portland. Foxhoven standing on the far sideline now, and we'll get back underway. 43rd minute. The goal by Tobin Heath, an electrifying free kick, the difference so far in the match. The place became quiet somewhat quickly.
It's been non-stop noise since this game started. This is the quietest I've heard it.
This time the foul against Portland. Samantha Kerr. She's fouled by Rachel Bueller. It's Brittany Taylor. Already had a handful from roughly this distance in the first half. Most of them have been good. position. Carly Lloyd for Huffman. Good move to get by Doherty. Huffman plays it into space. Cleaned up by Bueller.
Well done by Huffman to cut inside there. Heath was tracking back for the double team, and she was able to beat both the players with that cut inside.
Wambach. She's been a handful on this left side of the field in the attacking area. Now taking on Doherty. Off Doherty. Corner kick well earned by Wambach.
She's done a good job, as always, using her body as well. She receives the ball with her back to the goal, but then uses that little push-off move to turn and face and really puts the defender on their heels.
Adriana, corner from the near side. Salem Stadium gets loud once again. Final moments of this first half. The Flash trailing by 1. Her corner swung to the far post. Whistle did blow before the contact was made. This will come Portland's way.
LeBlanc happy about that call. We saw quite a bit of contact in the mix there inside the 6-yard box. But Karina almost a little off guard. You look at, she came out, wasn't going to get to the ball, and then had to backtrack onto her line. Lucky for her, Bueller got the call.
2 minutes of added time in this first half. Seven shots for each side. Tobin Heath with the one that found the back of goal. Nifty move by Heath, gets away from Lloyd. Anticipation by Huffman. Oh, she nearly created the chance.
Dangerous square ball out to the back there in that third of the field by Heath for that turnover.
Salem for Barzak. Barzak starting for the usual captain of this team, McCall Zerboni. Making her way back from injury. She's available on the Western New York bench. Wambach making a run. Punched away by LeBlanc. Huffman. Adriana for Salem. Little chip. The whistle blows, and what do we have? Monashin is called for the foul.
That was interesting. It must have been after the ball was served in. And now the Flash with a very good opportunity here in stoppage time. You have to think Carly Lloyd is going to shoot.
Otherwise, it would likely be Taylor for the free kick.
That's definitely, Heath is definitely inside the 10 yards. You can see the referee trying to back that line up.
Barzak leaves it for Lloyd, plays it short. Deflected into the arms of Karina LeBlanc.
That surprises me from that range that Carly Lloyd did not take a shot or a little tap and then a shot on net. We've seen her strike quite a few balls already this first half.
Final seconds of the first half. Adriana gets on the loose ball. Knocked away by Ali Long. Referee carries sights. Peeks at the watch. Reynolds, far side. Flash, hoping for one more opportunity. It won't materialize. Kendra, your thoughts on the opening 45 minutes?
This half has been absolutely amazing. We've seen everything we've wanted to see on both ends, but again, it's the goalkeepers that have come up fabulous on both ends of the ball. French with an unable to make that save on the one goal. But what can you say about Tobin Heath? Not playing the entire week and coming off the bench and just lighting it up there with that shot.
Tremendous emotion from Heath after giving her club the lead. It's Portland leading 1-0. Kate Margraf is with Aaron Lines.